Beer and beer. There you go. All right. So we got beer. We got.
That'll set the tone for the whole podcast.
So it's video games.
This table smells like beer now.
Yeah.
What are you drinking
Ryan.
there?
I don't know. It was in the fridge.
What is this?
We'll read
It's
it.
a wheat beer, dude.
It's Whirlwind.
Whirlwind wheat beer.
I'm drinking.
It's a Belgian-style wheat ale.
I'm just chilling over here with Austin's original Fireman's
Tyler.
4.
Can you just roll it?
This is Austin, right? Fireman's 4.
Do you not know how to use it? Jesus,
You have two
Ryan.
children.
I'm good.
I would think you'd be.
No,
You've mastered.
I got
paper
2 children and I got
towels.
5 animals. Believe me and paper towels get along just fine.
Paper towels and I. All right.
All right.
Well, I didn't say me and grammar.
Oh, he raises a good point.
Shout out to Kelsey Grammer.
Shout out. Hey, can we just give a shout out? Quick shout out to Frasier.
Has he ever
Never
been
seen
caught?
an episode of Frasier.
Are you
No?
kidding me?
No, never have.
I saw episodes when I was like 10, and I didn't get it. Can I be honest? Didn't understand it.
Didn't mean to throw that over.
What's not
Hey,
to
tell me some
understand?
more.
It's like beer and drinking and
Frasier?
Frasier's a
Frasier.
big
Oh, we're
drink.
Frasier.
I don't know that you
I
know
was
what you're
going all the way
talking
back
about.
to Cheers.
Okay.
I regressed to
I was
Cheers.
like, drinking in Frasier?
That's where he came from, right?
Yeah? Well,
was
Well,
all-
no,
wasn't
they were
born
still
there.
drinking in Frasier. It was just wine,
But it was
right?
like classy
Yeah,
drinking.
classy.
It was all about like
sideways.
Like in all honesty, I watched Frasier as a kid.
Fraser.
Fraser. See, well,
That
that's,
lady, I thought that lady was pretty hot.
that's the thing.
You
the
mean
lady
the
was pretty
ex-wife
hot.
or
I don't know. The
Lilith?
The Frasier
This is
lady.
a very
The
good
extreme,
thing.
like hair pulled back.
No, Lilith from Cheers, but
Yeah.
then Frasier, the lady in Frasier.
The lady that
The one that wasn't Frasier, his brother or his dad.
right, the one that Niles was super into.
What? Ross, the producer.
Ross, the producer.
Or
you go.
Patrick, the producer. Either one.
Yeah.
They're both hot.
But
Into either.
can I make a point now that should be known? Frasier, the show, Frasier. Brendan Fraser, not Jure.
Absolutely true.
It's Fraser and Frasier.
Joe Frazier.
Two very different
different.
things.
He doesn't like it when you say Frasier, as in Brendan Fraser, as in Brendan Fraser.
Hey, let me
hasn't
ask you a
done
question,
shit in
Michael.
the last
Does
50
he still
years.
care at this point?
Let me ask you a question,
Well,
Michael.
he'd be glad if somebody was incorrectly pronouncing his name at this point.
What is your favorite Kelsey Grammer quote?
Oh, my favorite.
I know the answer.
is. Oh, good lord.
Oh, good lord. Oh, good lord.
That was where was he giving that speech?
It was at Disney World.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, at Disney World.
It
Oh,
was
good
at-
lord.
It was at Disney.
I'm sorry for my
I'm
language.
assuming you know what we're talking about.
Yeah, didn't he fall off the
He
stage?
fell off a fucking
Yeah.
stage.
Shit, hardcore.
He ate 4 shits.
It was Kelsey Grammer just giving a speech, doing like a presentation, and he's walking on the stage, and he just ate shit off the stage. And his ultimate everything's fucked, I'm screwed.
Like the world's gonna end.
Is-
oh, my dick fell off.
oh, good lord.
Oh, good lord. Oh, good lord. And then he
That's-
apologized.
I'll tell you
That's
what.
impressive.
Kelsey Grammer, he definitely lives the Frasier lifestyle.
Yeah,
with
he
that,
does.
oh, good lord.
Oh, good lord.
What was the name of his ex-wife?
Do you think his ascot fell off? As
She was
he
on like
tumbled down the
Real
stage?
Housewives or one of those ladies.
Like in real life?
Yeah,
Like real?
He was married to like some lady, and she ended up being like
Terry Hatcher?
Ooh.
No, she was blonde.
She was on Housewives.
It was
Terry
like a,
Hatcher's
it was like
blonde,
a,
isn't
it was
it?
like a. What's that Glanville girl that's on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills? It's one of those type ladies.
I don't know. Had a Housewives of New Jersey,
was
though.
like a-
that was real.
Oh, did you know any of those ladies?
I didn't.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They were
Did you
all.
work
They
on
were
their
all
plumbing
like,
or
"Hey,
electricity?"
that I might have done." They were
Yeah.
like, "Oh, gabagool." That's what those women.
Gabagool.
Yeah.
Cannoli.
Yeah, the Italians. They love that shit.
What's that? Camille
Camille?
Frazier. Thank you.
Ah.
Yeah, Camille Frazier. You should look her up. Lovely lady.
She was on
Salt of the
Real
Earth.
Housewives.
I don't know if she was, but she was kind of in that scene.
I had no idea.
What?
Yeah.
You mean she
Camille
was an
Grammer.
actress?
Didn't work out with them. Yeah.
Hmm.
By the way, so just want to throw this out here.
Yeah.
We got Twitter going. Yeah, we're taking questions. I'm having these two guys on mainly because we launched a new channel.
That's not
twits.
why you're having it on, because you said nobody's available to do
And
the
no one
patch
else
today.
wanted to do the patch.
Would you? I'm desperately begging you.
desperate-
Even if
yeah.
we did it 30 minutes late,
I
would
came
you
in with
please be on it?
flowers.
To be fair, that
and
pitch,
chocolates.
that pitch was to Jeff.
It's true.
It's true.
Mine was like, if Jeff does it, I'll do it.
Yeah,
Michael
I'll
will do pretty much anything that Jeff does.
It's true.
Yeah.
Anal, I'll do it if Jeff does it first. I want
Next week's Sunday driving.
I wanna
the
see it.
Michael
Sunday
and Lindsay
driving.
I want to
adventure.
see it happen, and I'll do it.
Speaking of anal,
Interesting
I don't know where that came from. Speaking of anal, we just hung out with Colton for a while. He's a cool dude.
really-
segue, but I
yeah?
agree. Yes,
Yeah, I like him. He's a funny guy.
From Laser Team, such hits as, which hasn't come out yet, and also writer for Key and Peele.
He was a writer for a couple things. I looked him up on IMDb.
He's done several
before.
things in his life. Yeah,
he has 56 filming credits.
yeah, he's
as an
a
actor.
great writer.
As an
great,
actor?
great
As an actor,
Oh.
and then even more credits as a writer.
He does. That's why I thought he did a lot more of the writoring.
He's got a lot of filming credits too, though.
Yeah,
He's not like Christopher Lee or anything.
very
but he's
funny
got a lot
guy.
of
Oh,
film
he's
credits.
alive, is what you're saying.
Well, no, but Christopher Lee has more film credits than anybody in history.
Are you serious?
I brought this because we're
But
doing
he's
the film.
dead
we're doing
now,
the
so
film
you
podcast,
can
right?
catch up to
You
him
can
if
beat
you try
him
real
now,
hard.
but the guy had 93 years of it.
Christopher
so
Lee
you
had,
better hope to live to 95 if you want to beat him.
Something like 277 films he did in his 942 years.
How do
of
we
life.
always end up talking about people with ridiculously long film credits?
Well, you mentioned-
This is what I look at.
Yeah.
This is what I
Last time
mentioned.
we
Here
were
it is.
on, you
There's the
mentioned
scroll.
you mentioned Eric
Yeah.
Roberts last time.
Erod. Bob.
Erod Bob.
I just
So
saw him
how
in
long
something.
before Erod beats
What did I see Erod in? I just saw him in something the
Erod.
other day.
in a movie?
Yeah.
Or like in a taxi?
I mean,
I
he's
was
in-
on the
all kinds of
plane. I was on the
things.
plane to London, and I was watching a movie.
was he in first class sitting
He
next
plays-
to
no,
Jerry
that was
Busey?
Gary Busey.
He was like a mob guy in Inherent Vice.
Yo, he's
Inherent
always a
Vice, I
mob
don't even know what
guy.
that is.
It's a book by Thomas Pynchon, which I read.
He
which
was in
a
the
difficult
book?
read, to be honest with you. And then they made a movie out of it with it had a Joaquin Phoenix in it,
Okay.
and it had Reese Witherspoon.
What?
And it had
Was this new movie? What year was this?
came out last year.
Oh, okay.
Had Martin Short in it. You know, Jiminy Glick. Had
What was that?
It was like
about?
Martin Short, like a Messiah. You know. his whole thing.
Oh, okay.
And it had a lot of naked women.
I like Martin Short. I
Oh,
fucking hate Jiminy Glick.
I can't stand
Hey, I want to
Jiminy
fucking
Glick.
stab him in the
Had
throat.
the older brother from fucking Goonies, whose name I can never remember.
Oh.
Who's been in everything now.
Josh Brolin.
The Brolster.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He was in Goonies?
Yes, he was the older brother.
He's the older brother.
Wow.
Yeah, he was Sean Astin's older brother.
Hey, go figure.
Yeah.
Sean Astin, that's Rudy.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the
Or Sam.
steroided brother with a
But
lisp
Rudy was first.
in 50
Rudy
First
was
Dates,
first.
which was the best fucking role he's ever done.
Rudy.
He's
I
always
remember,
the underdog, right?
Well, I remember reading a thing about that, and I don't know if it was true or not. It was at the time, but a thing about that where if you've seen Rudy, there's the whole thing where the coach is like, "You can be in the game," and then like right before it happened, they changed coaches, and like a new coach came
Yeah, it was
in.
Jerry Sandusky.
and he was like, "Go fuck yourself, Rudy. You're not in the game."
Oh, he's just go fuck Rudy.
As according to what I read at the time, the coach was like, "Didn't say that. Didn't. Nope. I totally said he could be in the game.
Sure.
You made that up for the movie. I'm just saying, just throwing it out there."
I know somewhere Tyler got my joke at least.
Yeah. Oh,
Wow.
Dude, that was a good save.
I caught it.
So, yeah, Ryan, so you asked us on out of desperation also because we launched
Pure
a new
desperation.
Well, 'cause
Achievement
we're
Hunter channel.
amazing.
We
Achievement
did do
Hunter,
that.
it's a channel on YouTube and also on our website, roosterteeth.com/achievementhunters.com, where we
Achievement Hunters or
I'm going to start
there's
saying
no S.
Achievement Hunters because everybody in the company mispronounces
Can we
it.
buy that domain
Everybody
real
in the
quick?
company of the
Anybody?
people that work here that we pay thinks it's pronounced
Well,
Achievement
that's
Hunters.
just when they're
It's
talking
not.
to us. When
That's
they're
the-
addressing us.
that's-
they
You don't say the
represent
Fun
Achievement Hunters.
Housers. You say the Rooster
But
Teeth.
that's the
we?
problem. Hunters
Let's start
makes
that.
sense. That's the problem.
That's
like you made
true.
it too easy for them. We as a group are an achievement hunter. You are an achievement hunter, but the plural makes sense, and
a
that's
still achievement
that's
hunter.
the problem. And they take the plural and they're like, "Oh, hunters." That's not.
Mm-hmm.
It's not though. You don't say the SNLers. Okay.
No,
You
you
could.
say the cast of SNL.
You really could.
Yeah, you could, but you don't.
No,
is
you
the
don't.
point.
True.
You know what
You
I mean?
don't.
So it's like I'm just saying, anyone in the company who does that.
You know, I like the Fun Houses.
Doreen. What?
Who?
Funhouse? I love them.
Those guys, the Fun Houses.
They're funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, we play video games.
We do.
Yeah. And so we launched a new channel on YouTube, youtube.com/Achievement Hunter.
That is a thing we did. Look, there
Yeah.
it is on the screen.
And here's the
Hey,
thing.
well,
Let's preface
It's
this
even
now.
got content now.
Throw
sort
it
of.
out there. People will be like, "What? You had an Achievement Hunter channel 2 years ago, and you went to Let's Play."
I already
no.
subscribed to it.
No, we didn't.
No, that's not
No.
true. You're
That's
stupid.
the Rooster Teeth channel. There
With
was
a
a
show.
show called Achievement Hunter on the channel. There never was Achievement Hunter channel. Also, to the people going, "When this is more channels," it's not. You were subscribed to Rooster Teeth and Let's Play. Now all the Achievement Hunter content will be Achievement Hunter.
I mean, I guess
and
technically
Let's
it
Play.
is 3 channels, as where it was
Yes.
2. But
Yeah, but
just
I don't give a
unsubscribe from Rooster
Listen, I don't care about them. I'm
Yeah.
talking about me. Okay, I'm on 2 channels. Who's Rooster Teeth? Who's
Just
that?
say
Technically,
it's
you're
easy.
still on 3.
What is this on?
Yeah, but I only
What
care
show is
about
this on?
2.
This is on the no.
Oh, yeah,
now we're
just
on
say
4.
no to the no and yes to Achievement Hunter.
No to no, no,
No
to
to the
Rooster
no.
Teeth, yes to anal if you see Geoff do it first, and yes to Achievement Hunter. That's
Which is a
boom.
great throw to
Dude,
Let's Play
it
channel, but not. Yeah, I bet it did.
It hurt a lot.
Yeah.
What hurt? Oh, did it?
Oh,
Getting
when I got
fisted with not a
it
fist?
wasn't a fist. Dude. It was a,
Was it fish shaped? Did it have like a tip?
it shaped like a
Can I be
penis.
honest? I haven't listened to that episode yet. Like, I know nothing about it, and I wasn't there. 'cause
Sunday
that was-
driving. Sunday driving.
Yeah.
Go watch it. Sunday driving.
Yeah,
There
you
go.
should check
There's
out
a
Sunday
pitch.
Driving, where Geoff got hard,
did.
just real hard.
In some countries, that would be illegal.
How
In some states, that's illegal.
just like to brief, because I don't want to reiterate a video that's already out, but like how into it were you beforehand? Like 0, 100%, 50%? It just happened.
Are you talking about like
Griffin? No, oh,
lead
it's
up?
there. Yeah, like the
was
lead up
like-
and the agreement.
It
I'm
was
just
like
curious.
it was like a how like you're married, right?
Yes.
So you know how your wife has like boobs and a vagina and stuff.
Yes, she does.
And when you guys are naked and you like get into it, and there's kissing and fondling. I was
it was
there.
fondling. She has yet to kiss me. She's
was a lot
actually
of that.
pretty.
No? Did she
pretty
like
stern
kiss
about
her
it.
hand and then pass it over?
A lot of
Yeah,
people
okay.
like to save that for the second anniversary.
Uh-huh.
The kissing. We were in that realm, I guess you could say. And then
Second anniversary realm, got it.
we were. You know, it was
I
our
know what I
10th
look
year.
forward
What is
to
that,
next
diamond?
year.
I think, is it diamond?
It's anal, apparently.
Anal, okay.
What year anniversary was this?
It was right before our 10th anniversary.
Are you kidding? So this is recent.
It was like a month ago.
Oh my god! I
Yeah,
thought
it
this
was a
like
new story.
I thought this was
when
an old
we
story.
told when Griffin.
Oh
when,
my god!
When Griffin was on Sunday Driving and she told the story about
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
the that was like it was like a week old when she told it.
Wow! I
Yeah.
figured it was like years ago.
You notice I didn't
This
sit
is-
down
No,
for
the
a week?
wound was still fresh.
No, I don't notice anything. I said I wasn't there.
Yeah,
This is amazing.
I like Batman. It's a
Yeah,
good game.
Batman
Batman.
Arkham Knight.
Arkham Knight.
Fun.
I played the
Good
tutorial.
segue. It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think Batman ever got it like in the,
Oh,
in the
I would
game?
imagine.
Have you seen the amount of armor he's got on? He's probably deflected right off there. Actually, not too dissimilar from the situation Geoff was in.
You had armor?
I wish.
Dude,
Goddamn.
Can I just say, video games are fun.
They are fun. Yeah, you just went to Minecon.
Here's what I like about society.
Yo,
Yeah?
10 years ago, it would have been weird to talk about how my wife unexpectedly shoved a dildo in me. But now it's totally fine.
I feel like
we're so much further as a society.
I feel like the correct terminology would be 10 years ago, it would be
Verboten.
really weird.
Yeah.
Now it's like kind of weird.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm fine with it.
Thanks to the Supreme
Ryan's
Court, I could
probably
marry
fine
that
with it.
dildo if I
Right,
wanted
you
to.
could.
It's awesome.
I think more of the general population is fine with it now than it was 10 years ago. I agree with you there. Yes. I don't know if everyone's fully on board with it.
I was really surprised that Minecon was an event for kids more than I thought.
Did you not
Yeah.
see all the awkward videos beforehand?
I mean, there's always awkward videos.
Yeah, but the
but the
pan
kids
across
were
the
like
crowd
9
and it's like a
in the-
playground.
Yeah. The way I described it on the thing I did on the podcast.
The
earlier,
Rooster Teeth podcast,
It was like a
which we were
Wiggles
just on
concert.
earlier today.
Yeah.
Because unlike,
But you would know because you already unsubscribed from the Rooster Teeth channel.
well, that's true. But unlike, and you would also not know, because unlike the patch,
Say no to the no.
where we do it live, the funny part is as I looked that way and saw it was that camera that was on, they switched to that one for me. So appreciate that. And then they went
He's
back
on
to
it.
that one. Okay.
Oh, I can.
That Rooster Teeth podcast, listen, the next one, that's pre-taped. Okay?
Yeah.
We don't do that shit on the patch. This is live. This is happening.
They're usually live though.
They're
The Rooster Teeth
usually,
podcast.
but not this time. So we filmed that one first, but you're watching this one live.
It's weird.
Yeah.
So yeah, 5 years I hadn't been on the podcast, and then I did today. Briefly.
Well,
you
you were
just
on
putting
like
it all
a
over.
special podcast like a couple months ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
you
you
and
were.
Matt and Bernie. Yeah.
Oh, that
yeah.
didn't count. That was sponsors only.
I mean, it counted. It was a podcast.
Yeah, I was also on the sports podcast. That doesn't count either.
I know,
mean, like
but
Rooster
the
Teeth
main podcast was the main podcast.
Oh, was it
Sponsors
really?
only was the main podcast.
I
Wasn't
got
it?
duped.
Wasn't
no,
it?
It wasn't presented to me that way.
was it not?
I'm gonna talk to my agent.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I swear to God.
Who is it?
I got tricked.
Can you just
Again.
I'd like your agent. Don't give
I
me
feel
the-
like I just got
listen,
analed again.
Listen, I want your agent's number, but I don't want the agent's number who's the agent that let you get, what happened. Because I'm not into that. And if you're into that, go for it. Just I'm not.
You don't know.
And apparently you are.
yeah, you got
Are
another
you?
couple of years of marriage before you find out.
Well, I'll find out. I'm saying right now. Let me backtrack. Right now, I don't know.
It was like
I don't
white
know.
hot flame. It was. I wasn't ready for. It wasn't communicated ahead of time. I wasn't ready for it. I wasn't expecting it. It's not something you spring on someone
White hot flames.
or spring in someone.
It's not either, because especially like the act itself, there's prep work involved. You can't just like by the way,
Apparently not.
An anus, it's like that big. You don't normally just like
it's huge.
into it.
Yeah.
It's usually like go back. It's usually like a little, and then it's like, and then it's like, and then you work your way up to.
You know what? I think
You
we
can't
just
just
found.
go from this to this.
We just found our next successful video game property is Achievement Hunter. It's the
Yeah.
Anal Invaders. You
Yeah.
have to work your way up to it.
I
That's
just
how it
remembered
works.
a
Yeah.
terrible army story of a thing I did.
Okay, are
Does
you
it
gonna tell
involve
it?
Joe
I
Camel?
don't know
Because
if I
you
can
wouldn't tell me
tell
that
it.
one earlier.
I don't know if I can tell it.
You
I
can
feel
tell
so
it though.
bad.
This is edited, so
Yeah,
don't worry
no,
about
it's-
it. It's not live or anything.
there was this dude.
We've already scared
Tell
off
it.
all the live
Just tell
viewers.
it.
We're good. Don't worry.
Everyone's already unsubscribed. Don't worry.
I feel so bad. All right, so there's this dude. I'm
Just
I'm
keep it
sorry.
vague. Keep it vague.
I don't remember his name, but
That's fine. That's
if you're
good.
still alive, I'm sorry. He was married. He'd just gotten married. He had like a shitty mustache, and I didn't like him because of that.
Okay.
And a bad haircut, and he just wasn't fun. And we were in Kuwait.
It's the worst thing in the army when someone's not fun.
He was
Guy
like-
is a great soldier, great commander. Not fun.
No, he
Not
wasn't a
fun.
commander. He was like a PFC or something.
Oh, fuck that.
He was like writing a letter to his wife, or a letter to his life, whatever.
Yeah.
And he like got up to go to the bathroom or something, and he left it there. And I was like 19, and so my friend and I read it, and the whole letter was about how much he loves it when his wife sticks her pinky in his butt. And like he
That's the
can't
thing
wait
he
to
thinks
come
about.
home because he misses having sex with her, and he misses when she fingers his butt and all that. Which I was like, it's it's cool, whatever, to each his own. But he was just so enthusiastic and like descriptive about it that we photocopied it and we put it everywhere.
What does
he never knew it was
everywhere
us.
mean? What is everywhere? Like
Just
everywhere
like-
around the base?
Like in the kitchen.
Look, there's
like,
nothing to do
yeah.
on an army base, right? So that got around quick.
It did get around. It was a whole thing. He never knew it was us though until now. I don't know if he's a Achievement Hunter fan. Or
He's
a no
probably
fan.
not.
Probably
This
not.
is also a patch fan.
I feel
not
bad
Achievement
about
Yeah.
that.
Hunter
I feel really
Guy's
bad
a
about that. now.
huge Achievement Hunter fan.
Yeah.
He'll never know. Okay, just don't. Hey, no one tell him. Don't tell him.
I did a lot. Do you look? Well, you're not old enough, but
I'm old
you're-
enough. Finish.
You're
Finish.
like
finish
the embodiment
sentence.
of Beaver Cleaver.
Compare
I don't know what that
Ryan to me.
means.
I'm old enough. Finish the sentence.
But do you just look back on when you were like 18 to like 29? No, I'm sorry, 14 to 29, and just regret everything you did because of how it negatively affected other human
13
beings.
to 20. That's
Yeah,
it.
let's
20.
give you a lower range.
Not good. Like
Let's
I'm
back
not
it down.
in that age range because that's my life now. I'm actually turning 28 this month.
Happy birthday.
Thanks, man.
Are you a Cancer?
Really appreciate it. I'm not a Cancer. This is the 7 millionth conversation we've had
you a
about it. I'm a Leo.
Leo, yeah.
Yeah, I'm a cusp Leo,
Yeah.
which thankfully I kept the job because I'm not a Cancer. Jeff, not a huge fan of Cancers. I'm the 24th. I think Cancer's up to the 21st or the 22nd
you're a cusper.
of
Yeah.
July. I'm right on
Cancer,
there.
Leo, cusp.
Yeah, so dodge that bullet, according to Jeff. Thankfully.
Just plastered it all over the base.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did now
Are
what
you-
was
so
his
this is regret. You're
I feel bad
You're
about it
airing
now.
some
Yeah,
regrets
he was
now,
embarrassed.
okay.
I feel
what
really bad about it.
what was like his reaction to that? Not knowing it was you. Here's the kicker too. Did he confide to you? Like how close were you? We're like, man, I can't believe someone would do this. And
We
you
were
the
not
someone.
close, and I suspect that he suspected that I and my friend had something to do with it.
Uh-huh.
Were you the shady sort? Were you the natural one to blame in these situations?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
I can kind of have a similar thing, not like army base or anything, but going back to
They
when
were
I
just
was, like,
so
15,
into it, like paragraphs about
Yeah.
her pinky finger. It was
There was a-
really.
Did she have like
a
really
lot.
large knuckles? Or
I don't
what?
know. I never
Oh,
met
wow.
the girl. I never met her. He was from a different base.
He's like the first half of the finger was okay, but the second half was wild.
That's when you turned
Yeah.
it on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there was a kid that I hung out with when I was in high school, and it was kind of the thing of like he lived down the block. I was friends with him, like and acquaintances with
Were
him.
you friends with him in the way that he had like a Xbox 360 and you didn't, or like he had a Dreamcast?
Not a 360. No, not that I didn't,
okay.
but he had it, and like we connected on that level. There was like me and 3 other kids that were like we're losers. We play video games. We had friends that play video games, but I had most of my friends like. Yeah, I play video games. Like I pick it up and play it for 20 minutes and put
Yeah.
it down. I was like thinking like play an RPG for 40 hours. So this kid, along with another friend of ours, it was like to the level of they'd come over to my house and I had my bedroom and my TV, and then I had a small like 13-inch TV. So they would bring their consoles over to play, so we could play 2 at once.
Sure.
You know, and all 3 of us were playing the same game. So it would be like to the extreme loser level that like one person would get an hour on the big screen TV. Then after an hour, save your game, turn it off, go to the small screen TV. The person not playing would then go to the big screen. The person on the big screen would go to the small screen. The person on the small screen would wait an hour. So it's like you get to play for 2 hours.
like a rotation.
You wait for 1. Like that kind of shit.
Yeah, it
like
makes
he
sense.
was on that level of shit, which was hard to find, right? Like that level of it. But outside of that, not a great guy. Like, not a great human being to begin with. Like, I don't feel as bad because it's not like I was the terrible human and he was, like, great. We were all kind of shitty together.
Sure.
But this guy, not the favorite person in the community. So I would hang out with him, and he was a year older than me and my friends. He was a grade higher than us. So he got the drive sooner. So he would drive us around and shit. So we would obviously just like egg his house and egg his car.
Obviously.
Yeah, right, of course. While we weren't
Obviously.
hanging out with him.
Yeah, of course.
But it would be like hanging out with him during the day. go hang out with my friends at night and be like, let's fucking rinse this prick. Just like 18 jumbo eggs all over his car.
Yeah.
So he worked at like a grocery store at the time, and we knew where he worked. So there's like one time in particular.
What was the grocery store?
It was A&N. I've been gone so long I can't remember. A&P.
Okay.
It's a grocery store.
Right.
Yeah. I knew it wasn't It was A&E's the TV show.
Yeah.
It was A&P.
Okay.
It's like a ShopRite.
I mean, as long as it wasn't a
What
big
grocery
wig.
store did you work at?
I worked at ShopRite when I was younger, which was right across the street from A&P.
Yeah.
A&P was the newer one. A&P came in like 10 years after ShopRite, and they were like,
Fancy
we'll
one,
try and
yeah.
steal your business. So he worked there. So there was one night we went to the parking lot. We found his car, because obviously we knew what it looked like. We parked next to it, literally parked next to it, right? So it was on the left, I believe. Parked next to it, rolled down the windows, and very similar to our Grand Theft Auto 4 Let's Play, where we mob style just like assassinated you guys, like
Episode
lads
one,
versus
yeah.
gents. That's what we did to his car. Like rolled down the windows, and from the next space, just threw 18 eggs at his car. Like so much so where it was blasting back on the car of the kids who owned the car we were in, but it was okay.
Yeah.
So then we drove off, but drove back to another side of the parking lot and just waited for like 30 minutes. Because we were friends with him, knew what time he'd get off of work.
That was
Yeah.
some heavy air quoting.
Waited for him to get out of work to find what we had done to his car. He was not happy about it. Physically got to see him like stomp around, pick up an eggshell, and then angrily throw it at the ground. Went back in the store. We're doing what you're doing right now. Just like tears streaming down our face, crying. He comes back out with a whole roll of fucking paper towels and just starts wiping it off just so he can drive home because it
Yeah.
completely covers his car.
Yeah.
Okay. That whole thing takes place. Next day, I'm hanging out with him. He's going on about what happened to his car the night before, and I'm just like, oh my God. And he's like, I know who did it. It's this motherfucker, not at all the person who did it. And I'm just like, dude, you need to get back at him. You need to show that guy what's what. And then so on and so forth. That was in
And
general
he
their
did.
relationship, but that was an actual incident. So it's like the day after, I'm sitting there, and I remember it's a story to this day where he goes, yeah, they stole it in my car, a whole dozen eggs all over my car, and I go like under my breath like I was 18. just to clarify.
This is Baker's
I
dozen.
really
Baker's
think there was
dozen.
probably a dozen and a half that hit your car. From the way you're describing it to me, feels
That's
like
way
probably
too
what
much
it was.
mess for just a dozen.
So anyway, you reminding me of it when you fucked him over the next day. I was wondering if you were like, what happened? Because that's the best ever.
It's
the best.
funny that you say that because your story reminded me of a few things I did.
Right.
When I was like 15.
Yeah,
I
piece of
won't
shit.
share them now.
I'm
you
a
guys
scumbag
are
piece of
awful.
shit.
I'm just gonna confirm that you guys are terrible people.
The point was, did you ever do anything where you're a scumbag piece of shit? And that's where I threw that story out. And granted, I was like 15 at the time. If anything, I feel a little better that I wasn't like 25. That I was 15. Like, I was a kid.
Yeah.
Foolish.
Kids make dumb.
Foolish.
do
Kids
dumb
make
stuff.
dumb, very, very funny decisions.
He probably did something just as bad.
He wasn't a great person. So
Yeah.
trust me, I don't have time to get into it.
What do you think he's doing now?
I don't know. I do know he got caught, charged, and went to court because it was one of those like things like in the store that had signs up like "We will prosecute thieves." You know what I mean? Tried to steal a hentai VHS from Suncoast Video.
Suncoast Video. I remember Suncoast Video.
Got caught. Had to go to court over it.
Wow.
Whole thing. Like his parents were involved.
Did he get to
everything.
keep the video?
No, he did not.
And he had to explain to his parents what hentai was and why he was stealing it. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I feel bad because he went after my model. I had stolen from that store several times. And he's like, if you can do it, I can do it. He did it once, got away. Did it second time, got caught. Got to go to court.
What were you stealing?
I was stealing Dragon Ball Z. Shit was expensive. Okay?
Speaking of
It
Dragon Ball
was
Z,
like $24 a VHS tape.
They
I was
are.
a
No, yeah.
14-year-old boy, okay? It was half my life ago. I regret it. I apologize. I was a scumbag, but I grew up in New Jersey. So, I mean, come on. What do you want from me? What do you expect? I didn't kill nobody. I didn't stab anybody. Didn't even get a criminal record. That's
So-
pretty good.
So I just spent 5 days in London with Matt Bragg. It was the first time we've ever spoken.
Right.
In a year.
You're hired, and then this.
And now
Yeah.
we're best friends. I'm not going to spoil it. I'll find an appropriate venue or avenue to tell these stories. But wow, speaking of Dragon Ball Z, that kid's had some things.
He's got some
He's
knowledge.
had a history.
He's had a history, a
Professionally.
interesting history.
Yeah.
And I cannot wait to find the right and appropriate moments to embarrass him to the point of like.
Yeah. I mean, good luck though, embarrassing him.
I think
Like,
I can do it. I think I can do it.
How much is he embarrassed by? Because it's
I
his
got
whole
to a point
life.
where I got to a point where he was like, he realized he said too much, and he's like, and I was like, how old were you? And he's like, I'm never going to tell you. So I've got some things. I've got some
How old
research
were
I've
you
got to do.
last year?
I've got some
That's the-
research I've got to do.
Yeah.
That it's going to help even more.
Yeah. So like, just to keep it vague, but not
I'm
to
going to
tell you,
break
but
him
not
like
spoil it.
Ivan Drago broke down Apollo Creed.
Well, I mean, broke him to death.
Yeah, he did.
That's what happened. So hopefully you don't murder Matt.
It's all right. He had a son. It's all right.
Yeah.
Well, hey,
listen.
hang on. Wait. Speaking of Matt,
No, do it.
hang on. Anyone who's still listening hasn't joined Dollar Shave Club. What's the deal, Matt?
Yeah. Okay. Good point. Good
Seriously,
segue.
I think that he needs a serious razor, and I think Dollar Shave Club is up to the task. These
Dude,
guys
that
are the
is
best.
a segue.
That is a segue. How you like that?
Yeah.
Their razors are amazing. It's more convenient. It costs a fraction of the price. We'll break down exactly how the club works. You go to dollarshaveclub.com/patch and pick one of their 3 great razors. Here's one. The 2-blade Humble Twin, the 4-blade 4X, and the 6-blade Executive. You get your first box in about a week. It includes a free handle and a sleeve of blade cartridges.
Is this from Dollar Shave Club?
This is a shot glass. It is not from Dollar Shave Club.
Dollar Shot Club.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's high-quality stuff, looks and feels like the expensive ones I've used before. The Exec has 6 stainless steel blades, a 90-degree pivot head.
90 degrees.
No fucking-
That
So
was
many.
it. And an aloe strip right there. After that, they mail you 4 replacement blades every month or every other month if that's better for you or you're Matt Bragg and you never shave.
For me, it'd be like once a year.
Yeah,
doing
we were
that with
comparing.
cat
This
food
is
right
what,
now.
6 days for you? 6 days for me.
Yesterday.
Yesterday. There you go.
There's many options.
And Gus would actually be completely, his face would just be gone.
He'd be Bigfoot.
Yeah.
Gus gets facial hair here, like right at his eyeball.
He's
I
talking
mean, he
about
has
it,
a
yeah.
unibrow too, but like you can see if you spend time with him,
full
which
raccoon
I have,
eye, yeah.
yeah, he has like he could do a circle of hair if he wanted to.
Yeah.
It's pretty impressive.
Well, anyway, stop doing it the old-fashioned way. You're missing out. Try dollarshave.com/patch, dollarshaveclub.com/patch. Best ad read we've ever done.
/Gus. You gotta get rid of the circles around your eyes. Talk about circles in your eyes.
How many people do
It's
you
like
know?
Eyebrows.
How many people do you know that have facial hair right here?
None.
On the
well,
bridge,
Gus, one.
yeah, one.
Well, there's
Yeah.
the Wolf Boy, right? I mean, I don't actually know him, but
yeah,
I've
like
seen
the old
TV
news
show.
of the weird stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Let me tell you, that annoys me too. Like I have
Wolf
no.
Boy annoys you?
No, Wolf Boy's fine. Gus is
Thank
fine.
God, because his life is hard enough.
I have like no facial hair already, you know, and it's just like I'm waiting. I'm okay with it if it never happens, but I'm waiting. You know, my oldest
If it
brother.
never happens.
Well, my oldest brother, he couldn't grow a beard and mustache till he was like 28.
Yeah,
which is
it happens
And now
that
he's
way
like,
sometimes.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like all over the place. Like he's like you. Like every 2 days, he's got to shave or whatever. But I totally get like some of those weird hairs like on the bridge of my nose, like 1 or 2, where if I'm tweezing my eyebrows, I have to go for that. And it's like, motherfucker, grow here and here. Why? What the hell is? There was a point where one day for the podcast or something like that, I was getting makeup and Kara was doing my makeup, and she's like,
Shout out.
She's like, yeah, shout out. She's like, oh my god, like in the middle of it, like you have a hair on your nose, and I'm like, all right, okay, sure. And she's like, do you want me to tweeze it? And I'm just like, if you want, sure. You know,
Yeah.
like I don't, sure. She does it, and she's like, don't worry, I won't tell anybody. And I'm just like, all right,
Well, it's
sure.
good of her not to do
I
that.
guess
You
I
could
guess
have. I mean, if she got the whole thing, you should have seen if she could implant it further down.
It's like, thank you. I guess it's like you're making me feel insecure. I was fine before I sat down, and now what's wrong with it? Why wouldn't you tell someone?
I
about
mean,
it?
until it extends into your line of vision, you're
Like
good.
if it's flapping in the wind, sure.
Yeah.
But if you can only tell when you're doing my makeup, I'm okay with that. That's like your dentist being like,
I
"There's
think
a
you should
spot
let
on
it
the back of
grow
your
and see if
tooth."
you could like cultivate some kind of comb over down
good.
onto the face.
I'm good with
Yeah?
that.
No?
Yeah.
You should see if you can. Like,
Some people,
wrap
that's
it around
what
your
you've
hair.
just described, and I have a friend of mine who's gonna be my best man at my wedding, where he went bald like at like 20, and he's had like shit. A couple times he's tried to be like, let me check the damage, because he went bald and then realized I'm gonna shave my head because I'm going bald. Like he made the sensible option, and it
Absolutely.
totally looks fine. Like I met him after that point. I never knew him
He's like a
with
Patrick
hair or
Stewart.
whatever. Yeah. And even he looks better than that, not terrible, but not like I'm holding on to it. And he said a couple times he's like, investigated the damage wearing a beanie 24/7, and he's like, no, it's
all bad.
There's no going back. It's gone. I need
It was a great
Bosley from
episode of
this point.
Seinfeld, yeah. So I don't think Badland is the game of the year.
Are you kidding me? But it's on the
No?
cover.
I know it's on the cover.
You've
but
said it
selling
many times.
point.
I've been playing. I'm about 15 hours in, and
God, you played
fuck,
that
game's
much?
fucking hard, man.
15 hours of that game?
Maybe 10. It's hard
That's
to
a lot.
judge.
We
It's hard
did
to
a
judge.
Play Pals in it.
It's
That's out, right?
repetitious.
It's hard to
man.
judge. The
Yeah.
game's fucking hard.
I don't think the
And not
Let's
hard,
Play,
fun hard. Just like
Was it better
fuck.
with four players?
It was
Players,
easier.
four
Four players?
It was easier.
Or anything is better.
Honestly,
It's way easier.
That was the
'Cause
conversation.
4 idiots throwing their shit at the wall is way. It helps.
It's absolutely
Sounds like
true.
modern art.
It
That's
absolutely does.
what exactly
it's
what
like
Jeff described.
That game's like a Jackson Pollock painting.
We did the Play Pals, and Ryan and I assessed in the Play Pals. Man, this would probably be really hectic with 4 people
Yeah.
because without going into a lot of explanation, Badland, it's like a single screen scroller. You go
It's
left
like
to right.
Flappy Birds, basically.
Kind
only
of,
a puzzler.
yeah.
Basically, it's like
Yeah.
you go left to right, you move your character around, you try and survive as the screen chases you, and you have to keep ahead of the screen. But there's mechanics in the game where your characters multiply, so you get 1 or 2 or 5 or 8 of your own character, and there's like little tiny passages you have to squeeze them through. So Ryan and I made the assessment that, man, this is probably really hard with 4 people because there'll be so many characters all over the place. But we discovered in the Let's Play, which Ryan wasn't in because that was
No.
his vacation week.
Which I guess hasn't come out.
No, the Let's Play hasn't come out yet. But what we discovered is it's actually easier because you have so many fucking people. Like, the odds are is one person
4 people
will
tripping over
make
their
it
dicks
through.
and falling forward. One of them's gonna make it.
Right, yeah. So with
Yeah.
like 50 characters on the screen, one guy will make it
It's
through.
like the room full of monkeys that make Shakespeare.
Pretty much, yes. Shakespeare will happen eventually.
Yeah.
But Jeff, he's one monkey. And one
It's a game right there.
yeah, one monkey will not make Shakespeare.
No.
And that's
No.
what he's discovering.
It was the best of times.
You just
it was
get
the blurst of times.
A room
So-
full of shit, basically.
Yeah,
what you
this
end up
is
with.
one of a history of games for Jeff, where we do a Let's Play in it, or we do some sort of one video in it, and we go, that was really fun, and we got a bunch of achievements while we were doing it, and then Jeff says,
That is an early, easy level.
man, this is great, I'll just play this game for achievements. And then a day or 2 goes by, and he's like, it's okay, it's just getting on me. And then a week goes by, and he goes, fuck this game, it's hard as shit. Like, I'm just done with it. The achievements are bullshit. The game's bullshit.
Achievements are bullshit.
Everything's bullshit. It's gonna take me 1 billion hours to play. That's the newest game on the Jeff list. Like the game before that was what? What was it? What was it before that? You were just fucking playing.
Oh, was it the buggy one? No.
Buggy? No, Buggy was up there.
Buggy was on there.
Buggy was up there.
You played with
Buggy
Castle.
Racing.
You played with Castle Storm for about 20 minutes.
Yes,
Castle
I
Storm.
would say Castle Storm, but it wasn't. He didn't play it long enough to be on the list. Jeff
No.
actually bailed on that in a decent amount of time. Like, usually you play it for an hour and you're like,
Well, you
this
saw me
fucking-
playing it, and then
this-
you revisited.
this will take me 1 billion years to finish this. I'm not going to do it. And I'm like, Jeff, it'll take you 1 billion years. And he goes, no, it won't. I can do it. And then a week goes by and he goes, fuck that game.
By the way, Castle Storm is a great, I don't feel like thinking about anything game.
Yeah.
It's very Angry Birdsy. Like, you just like, just something to do.
It's no Angry Birds.
No Angry Birds?
All
Would
right,
you-
no Angry Birds.
Do you, have
alright.
to, do you have to think during Angry Birds? Would you say you think or you don't think?
Are you an instinct? Or do
Listen,
I wish we had
you go with your gut?
I like that a lot of people think that games like Angry Birds and
Check.
I'm gonna
Gus
throw it out
usually
there,
has some.
Peggle aren't
No.
no.
He has to drink it every time he says Hearthstone. I don't know. It's his
Really?
thing,
Is it
yeah.
Hearths?
They think there's not
Hearthstone.
strategy
Hearthstone.
involved. They think they're not
Yeah.
thinking games, but they're fucking thinking games. People just don't recognize. There's a level. There's an underlying level there,
Right.
where the intelligence comes in. Those are the
And
real.
you feel like you operate at that level.
You want to play Peggle?
I'm not challenging you. I've seen you play Peggle.
that
Also,
act-
I've been judged by you playing Peggle.
That's
There's
actually
nothing
true.
worse than playing Peggle with Jeff in the room because
Yeah.
like, oh,
No. You know- You know what's great,
I
though?
wouldn't have done that.
Play Jeff and Peggle with Connect.
Fuck
That
you.
was amazing. That's to date one of my
Connect
favorite verses.
screwed me.
You want to see Jeff just lose it with Peggle? Just Connect. Take shot! Take shot! Take the fucking shot! Is that
nonsense.
accurate to time passed?
Pretty close, yeah.
Jesus Christ,
not
we're
even
not halfway?
All right, so
we're
we got a
almost-
new channel. We moved all our stuff over to the new channel. If you watch
Not all
stuff,
of our
go to
stuff.
the
Not
new
just
stuff.
the stuff that used to
Everything
be on
that's
Rooster
not-
Teeth.
Everything that
Let's
was on
Play.
Rooster Teeth that was Achievement Hunter
And-
has moved to.
Hey, did Rage Quit go?
And some
Yeah,
Let's Plays. Some
Rage
Let's
It
Plays.
did. All right.
Yeah, everything on Rooster Teeth is now on Achievement Hunter. Every single Achievement Hunter show on Rooster Teeth is now on Achievement Hunter.
I could throw Awu,
and Go and Versus from Let's Play.
Yeah,
have
Yep.
Go and
moved
Versus
to
migrated.
Achievement Hunter. I think that's it.
Awu, 5 Facts, things to do in, things to do.
Oh,
Look at that.
Fails
Tyler
of the
with
week.
the hookup.
Hunt. All those things. Fuck.
Believe it or not, we've scared away all the questions. I think the only
if I drink this.
here's the
How have
only
we
question
scared
we've
away
gotten.
questions?
The only question we've gotten: why is Geoff touching his face so much?
If you had a face like this, you'd touch it all the
I
time.
will say it was during the army story. You were like this for like 5 minutes, and I was gonna mention
You were
it.
rubbing out the shame.
I think it was because you felt bad about telling
do.
the story. You were like this, like, so we fucked this guy's life up.
I'm very tactile.
Yeah.
You're very animated.
Oh.
But do you want a shot?
Chloe,
Yeah, Ryan
actually-
does.
I'm all about it. Yeah, you
All
do
right.
mine.
Can you,
You asked the question,
imagine
I'll
if
pour it.
Ryan took a
Well,
shot?
no.
No.
Chloe just wants to know when we're going to do more Cloudberry Kingdom.
Cloudberry?
Cloudberry.
I think there's
We're not,
Cloudberry.
Ryan, we're not filming a Let's Play.
How do we
According to the video,
We've got more.
wall,
we just shot some more.
I think
Yeah.
you guys
And then
shot two,
discovered,
right?
we shot 2 more, and then discovered that there was one that had never been released.
Yeah, I think did we shoot 2 more or 1 more?
Either way,
I think we only shot 1.
You
I think,
shot one more.
I think
and there
we
was
shot
another.
How
1
many more levels would you say we did?
I would say we did between 1 and
At least one a video.
Infinity. We've
Yes.
done between 1 and Infinity levels, but that's not the next one to come out. The next one to come
True.
out, we've done
Holy
several.
shit.
I think it's
Have
like
you guys seen the
5.
screen?
Yeah, what's
Yeah.
up?
Good.
Yeah,
That does not look like
Are
a
you keeping
40-year-old
this?
man.
you're
on
center. You're center.
What's what's going on here with
Well,
the face?
tell the story.
No.
Also, it's
There's a
bullshit because
story?
I asked you. Yes, there's a story because I asked you
Okay.
about it yesterday, and you still have it today.
it. So here, all right. So here, they got you some baby juice. So
It's just a glass. There's nothing in it.
What is it even for?
exactly.
What is this for?
That's for your shame.
Tyler says he doesn't know.
I was
All right.
really confused. You have nothing.
Ruby.
You
I
have
don't know.
nothing.
I
Watch
grew
Ruby.
I unintentionally grew a beard when I was on vacation in Hawaii.
Unintentionally. That's
And
what happens when you
I
don't
just like
shave.
shaving,
Yeah.
and so I had a beard. And then I don't know. I came home and I didn't want to be a dirty fuck anymore, so I shaved it. I didn't want people to think I was going to do the Jack thing again.
Right.
And so I shaved it. And then while I was shaving it, I was like, I wonder. In the past, I'm a elder statesman now.
Hair
I'm
guy.
40 years old.
Yeah.
In the past, I have tried to grow a handlebar mustache before and didn't quite have it. But I'm proud to say that as you get older, you continue to get facial hair, and now I was able to pull it off.
Is
Wait
this
for it.
handlebar?
And I thought,
No, that's not.
No, okay.
What?
you have?
No, this. Is that a handlebar?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
I
But
thought
that's what
handlebar was
is.
I thought they extended out.
No, handlebar's that. It's
Yeah.
like out and down.
Oh, okay.
That's my interpretation of it.
Yeah, right.
Oh, because it looks like.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, I got it. I get it now.
I do that to your
It's
face.
a lot of miming
I do
of
this.
like
You know what I'm talking
riding a
about,
Harley.
Mac and fucking Dennis at the strip club. Which, by the way, I met Rob McElhenney. the other
Yeah,
day.
you did.
Which is
Fucking
crazy.
breaking news. Jeff met Rob McElhenney at Minecon.
At
tell that story in a
Minecon.
second.
Creator of fucking It's Always Sunny in
This just
Philadelphia.
in.
The creator of It's Always
The
Sunny in Philadelphia, the
creator.
greatest show of all time.
Huge fan of Minecraft too. Apparently.
Anyway, so I just did it, and then Griffin was asleep, and I thought I should probably run the spire, and so I woke her up and I said, "Is this okay?" And she was like, "You can keep it for a little while." And so
So we're still in the little
she said it's
while.
not a thing, and I was like,
Like,
okay.
that time has not yet elapsed.
Yeah, it happened yesterday. So we're 2 days
So
in
2
now.
days, I forgot it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I was at Minecon, and I got there on Friday. Matt Bragg and I, and the show started on Saturday, and it ran through Sunday. And they said, "Hey, we're gonna give a tour of the convention hall." To all the people who are here for like YouTubers or like
All the
people
big shots.
the Mojangers or the Microsoftians or any of those people.
Yeah.
We're going to give you guys a private tour
The fancy
so you can
folk.
see everything before the event starts, and we'll give you kind of the lowdown on the show. So Vu and Lydia were very nice, and they took us around and did the whole thing. And I'm standing there with a bunch of like me and like Stampy and a bunch of people I didn't recognize, and like all those like 24-year-old dudes who play Minecraft and have floofy hair. You know?
Is that a thing?
It's
Well, they have
very
face
much a
cams,
thing. It's
don't they?
very
Okay.
much a thing.
Yeah.
Such
It's
a
like,
thing.
I'd never seen Stampy before. When Jeff showed me the photo and he's full on like,
Stampy is different. He's unique. But all the guys that have like a coif.
oh no!
Yeah.
But when you
They're
say
like-
foofy,
it's
I
like-
think
it's like I had two choices in life. I was going to be in a boy band, or I'm going to play Minecraft on YouTube.
interesting.
Stampy's more of just like a dude.
Stampy's just like it's. In all honesty, it's just like generic Jew hair.
Totally, yeah.
It's just like-
he's got like
Just the puff?
froofy Jew hair.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
like
I
that
gotta be
Kyle
honest with you, too.
Boflowski.
Yeah.
Like that's exactly what he looks like.
I
I
had-
would be shocked if he wasn't Jewish.
I have Stampy fatigue because my daughter watches Stampy like
Right.
24 hours a day, and so I have to hear him in my house all the time. And if you hear anybody 24 hours a day, it'll wear you down. But then
Right.
I met the kid really nice. I actually really enjoyed talking to him. I'd like to be friends with him. I liked him a lot.
Did you friend him on Facebook?
I did. No, I friended him on Twitter.
Oh,
I
okay.
follow him.
Did he follow you? though?
Wow.
I don't know.
He probably
Ooh.
did.
He posted a photo of us
Is he
meeting though.
Is he verified?
fuck, I didn't check.
He probably
If he is, I'm unfollowing.
He probably is.
All right. So, yeah, so they're giving us this tour.
I'm doing
And
the shot.
oh, yeah, cheersies.
Oh, yeah. Clink. Ryan, you want to pour Diet Coke in that?
I don't. It's gone.
God damn it.
Dude, slow down.
I'm gonna inhale. Touch
Slow
your
down.
shot glass up.
You want to drink a Dollar Shave Club or anything?
That's well, it's funny you should mention. I don't have a segue there.
No?
It's not
Sorry.
funny. So,
Are you
I'm
okay?
standing there.
Did you get drunk from Jeff's breath?
I mean, there were some waves.
Ugh. This is like the 17th show I've had to drink on today. So,
Had to drink on. Yes.
so I'm standing there next to Bragg. Matt Bragg would be right here, being like ugly Jesus or whatever.
Do you call him
And,
Brat?
He
Matt
did.
Bragg.
He did. He said
Okay.
Brad.
I didn't
Okay.
say Brad. I said Bragg.
He did.
I said Matt Bragg. Roll the tape. And I look over, and fucking there's Rob McElhenney, and I'm like, it looks like him, but he's not tall enough, or like he doesn't have enough mass to be Mac. And I thought,
Well, he's on a cut, right?
yeah, and I thought that can't be him. So I elbowed the Bragg, and I said, is that Rob McElhenney? And he goes, nah. I guess it is. And I was like, fuck, it is. And so then I followed him around for an hour on tour and tried not to stay in his eye line.
Right.
And I took photos.
Right,
behind him,
shadows.
like-
And I got some of those photos.
sent
I
you those
totally
photos.
got the stalker photos where Jeff took a picture of him while he was walking.
every person I've ever
because
hated in my
like
entire
Matt, fucking Matt, Rob is like blurry in the photo. Like it's like the Bigfoot photo
Yeah.
where he's like walking. And I
Do
was
you
like,
think
dude,
he caught
nice
you ever
blur.
taking a picture of him?
No, he never.
You didn't leave
I'm
your
super
flash
good.
on or
I'm
anything
a
by
professional,
accident?
dude.
Okay.
But like, it was crazy because
photographer
like
in the fucking
I was
military.
a professional photojournalist. Yeah. So Michael and I are. I hate the phrase "biggest fan in the world," but we might be.
We're up there.
We're up
I mean,
there.
we're up there. I'm
There
not
might be a person that would like kill for always
like
that we're not gonna do
like
that, but,
in all
like,
honesty, I would never get like a Rob McElhenney or like a Caitlin Olsen or anything like that tattoo. I would absolutely get like a Patty's Pub tattoo. Like that level
Would you
of
really?
fanship. Sure.
Okay, yeah.
Just like of the show, not like the
Why not?
person. You know? I throw it out there.
So I wanted to talk to him, but I didn't. I have this issue with talking to celebrities because of my Charles Barkley experience when I was a kid, which I think
Right.
I've told on many podcasts,
Yeah.
so I'm not going to regurgitate
Yeah,
it.
I'll regurgitate it. You met Charles Barkley and he was pretty about it.
He's a piece of shit.
Yeah, okay, well, there you go.
He broke my heart. And I didn't ever want to, and which is one reason why I've always, now that we've maintained this fake level of fake celebrity,
Right.
I've tried to be very nice to everybody I've ever
Notoriety.
met.
That's you're nicer than anyone that like knows you in real life.
because
Like,
I met-
you're
I
a piece
met-
of shit.
I met Charles Barkley. And it
When I
ruined me.
met you as a fan, greatest person in the world. When I met you as your employee, like you're a piece of shit.
It's not. It's
you
not
know,
good.
it's not
Yeah.
nice at all.
It inverts fast.
So I don't want to bug, even though he probably is fine with it. Like if anybody ever came up to me and said, "Can I?"
Well, it's the same thing
Shake
with-
your hand and take a photo. I'd be like, "Yeah."
I totally
But I want to
feel
do that
you.
to him.
People-
I just
people say it
feel
to us
like
all the time.
I impose on them.
They're like, "Oh, I saw you at so and so at fucking Walmart or whatever," and I didn't want to bother you, and I'm like, who cares? Just fucking come talk to me. I'm gonna buy my chicken skillet.
Yeah.
You know, who gives a shit?
Chicken skillet,
but I
really?
feel it on you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm big on the
So,
skillets.
I'm just super-
shout out to Birdseye skillet.
I'm just super paranoid, and so I don't want to bug him, and I didn't want to be in that position because, like, the Charles Barkley thing aside, I had a realization when I was a roadie for a very popular punk band, and I would watch
Catch-22.
Catch-22. I would watch kids come up and talk to them, and every kid left disappointed in some way. Like
Right.
they'd be like, "What are you guys doing after the show? You guys want to come to a party?" And they're like,
I'm gonna shoot heroin.
that was
"No,
shooting high, though.
We're gonna get
to
in the
be
van,
fair.
or we're gonna go to the next town and play another show." And they're like, they're just deflated.
That's
And I
ridiculous to expect
like
out of a
nobody,
band.
Yeah, but it's like you're a 17-year-old kid. What are you gonna
Yeah.
expect? Everybody leaves that like disappointed in some
Mm-hmm.
capacity. So I don't, and like there are a few people that I would ever want to meet, and those three people would be Rob McElhenney, Howard Stern, and David Lynch in no particular order. And in the order in that Stern and Lynch would be higher than Rob. No offense to Rob, but
Sorry,
I've been a
Rob.
fan of them for like 30
Plus,
years.
Makes sense.
you already
know?
met the Rob.
Where if I saw David Lynch in the street, I would run the other way like this. I just don't want, because the
You couldn't
best you
face
can
him.
hope for is you don't embarrass yourself.
Right.
You're not going to become friends. I'm not going to go up to David Lynch and be like, "Nice to meet," and we're going to go get a cup of coffee and we're going to become buddies.
Right.
Yeah.
Right? That's never going to
It's
happen.
not going to be like
Right.
a Pretty Woman
The
situation.
best you can do is dodge an embarrassing situation. The worst you could do is embarrass yourself to such a degree that Twin Peaks comes on one night on TV or Wild at Heart, and you go, "Oh, I remember that time."
Right, you
and
can't
then
watch
I
it.
can't ever
You just
watch
can't
David
watch it.
Lynch again.
Totally
like it
feel
ruins.
you.
I can never listen
Oh,
to
come
Howard
on.
Stern again. It ruins.
You
the
would
experience.
know that David Lynch now remembers you.
Oh, yeah, it remembers me for
Yeah.
being that guy.
Yeah,
So
maybe.
it would like meeting somebody that you idolize, like Joel did with, and this is Joel's story, but Joel did with Patrick Stewart. I would never want to do that. I would never want to ruin my love of Patrick Stewart because I'm Joel.
Right.
That's his story to tell.
That
I will
just
do
like
that.
it also just like instantly reminds me of like Mika Burton and like I hate her. She's like, oh, Uncle Pat. It's like, are you, what?
Yeah,
what?
totally.
What?
Uncle
and she's
Pat?
like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, I was just talking out with him last week, and it's like, are you kidding me? What?
So I didn't want to do that.
That guy's a fucking sir.
Which is why, like, you and
Knighted.
Gavin
Knighted.
and Bernie
Be
and Griffin
knighted.
were all like, dude, get a photo with him. And I'm like, I'm not going to do that.
I didn't say that.
You didn't, but the other guys did. And
Because,
I'm like, I'm not gonna do that.
but let's be clear, I didn't because I'm
didn't.
totally
You're right.
with
You
you.
didn't. You didn't.
I was totally, and you're like, and in your text you sent to me, and I'm very gracious that you were like, oh, it's Rob McElhenney. I was like, oh, that's amazing. Anyone else that I said to you on the planet, I would fucking hate them because I'm like, you don't deserve it.
Right.
You don't deserve the right to stand next to him. You, I was like, fucking proud of you.
You
Jeff.
made it.
Like you did it.
I
Like,
agree.
I'm so
You
proud
and
of
I
you.
right here. I
So
feel the
proud
same
of
way
you.
about you.
I definitely was jealous. Like, man, I wish I could be there, but it wasn't like I hate you for it. It
Right.
was like go for it. It
I
was
totally
like
agree. If Ryan
you,
had met Rob
you were a
McElhenney, I'd wanna
virgin,
kill myself.
and I saw your penis like tickling the end of the vagina or anus if you were gay, and you were just like
Or Jeff.
bit.
You're
And I was
watching
like,
it, it's like,
I was like, do it,
Hymen,
and
no,
then you
Hymen,
went
no.
in.
Yeah.
That was
No.
it. And then the hymen exploded everywhere, and I
In
was there
flowers.
showering in it. Like
Yeah.
the hymen was all over me, and I was like,
like
yeah.
Carrie.
It's like just growing up on the East Coast or somewhere where there's snow. It's like when it's snowing, you go outside and you put your tongue out and you're like, and the
This metaphor
snowflakes
went
just
wrong
fall in your
I'm a
tongue.
hymen flake.
I was like
Somewhere it
that.
went
You're
wrong.
a hymen flake.
Totally agree.
And I was
So-
soaking up your flakes.
So no, I appreciate that and thank you. And I feel
Yeah,
that
you're
I feel
very
much
welcome.
the same way about you. You're the only other person in the world that I respect who watches Always Sunny, except for my wife, who I respect a lot.
Right, very much, yes.
Even Gavin
Good save.
and Lindsay, no offense, I
No,
don't respect.
totally
life.
agree with you. I brought her into it.
Right,
you
and
know,
we brought
you
Gavin into
watch it because I told you.
You and
to.
I, and then Griffin to a slightly lesser extent, but she's still up there. But yeah, no, totally. And so I spent like an hour trying to figure out, which actually was a detriment because they told us a lot of important information about Minecon, which I was out the window.
Right.
Because
Missed
I
it.
spent an hour trying to figure
McElhenney,
out
McElhenney.
how can I talk to him and not
Right.
embarrass myself and sound cool and like
All right, what were your top 3 come on lines?
I didn't have any.
Come on, you worked up
here's
something.
Here's what I came up with. All right.
Yeah.
So a couple, maybe a year ago, he's a big Howard Stern fan, and Always Sunny does not get any play on Howard Stern, and it should because it's such a good show. That they came up with a bit that I thought was really funny, where there's this mumble mouth retard idiot on the Howard Stern show called J.D. Hormeyer, who wants to be a director, but he can't speak, and he's just a loser. He's the guy that wore the. I sent him. I'm gonna take credit for it because I did it. I sent him a bunch of Rooster Teeth gear, and he wore like an "I Like Me" shirt, and Howard Stern made fun of it. And for a while, and he would wear "I Like Me," like Cabooses "I Like Me"
Caboose,
shirt,
I
on
Like
Which was
the
huge
show.
for you. I
It
remember.
was
Yeah,
a huge deal for me.
It was
Once
like
again, it's
10
like a Howard
years
Stern
ago
connection.
when you mentioned it when I
It
first
was
got
like 10
hired.
yeah, it was-
You were like, listen, 6 years ago he wore this shirt. Just know that.
I used to have it
And you worked
saved on
for
my
me.
hard drive, and I
Right.
would listen to it from time to time.
There was that and the
uh,
Macaulay Culkin thing.
Yeah,
He
it was
wore that
Macaulay
shirt.
Culkin
Yep.
and J.D. Hormeyer. So anyway, in his infinite brilliant comedic wisdom, Rob McElhenney called into the Stern Show one day and said, "Hey, I understand that J.D. wants to be a director. We'll let him direct an episode of Always Sunny." And he did last season, and I can't remember the episode. I feel bad, actually, because I don't remember the episode he directed. But I remember that he did that. And so at the end, like right before the thing was over, I went up to him and I was like, "Oh, bother you." Anyway, I just wanted to say I thought it was a really brilliant move to have J.D. Hormeyer direct an episode because it showed not only am I cool with Howard Stern, but I'm cool with Always Sunny
Right.
without appearing like
Double
Every
referential.
angle.
yeah,
You got every
I
angle.
covered it. I put a lot of time and
You
effort and thought
LA'd
of
that shit.
I LA'd the fuck out of it. And he was like huge grin, you know? And he was like, "Thanks, man. Yeah." And he was like, it kind of backfired on us. And I was like, "What do you mean?" And he was like, "Well, we were expecting it to be a whole thing. They sent Howard 100 News, and like we were ready for like him to be like, and that whole thing." And he was just like really good, and like he was a good director, and he did a really good job, and the episode was great, and it wasn't embarrassing or in any way. And I was like, "Well, I didn't expect that." And he was like, "Yeah, nobody saw that coming." And then somebody like literally grabbed him and was like, "All right, Rob, let's take you over here." And I was like, I shook his hand. And I was like, But that was my experience with Rob McElhenney.
Dude,
You
at,
did it, buddy.
Minecon.
You shook his hand. I shook your hand earlier on
I
this
shook
podcast.
his hand.
So
Yeah.
it's like I shook his hand a
And then I
little
stuck
bit.
my entire hand up my butt.
I can't remember what episode JD directed.
It was the last season.
It was either.
It was like midway through, like episode 5 or 6. I
It
can't
was.
remember.
It
I
was,
can't remember the name
it
of the
was
episode.
Either Gang tries desperately to win an award.
No, it was not that episode.
Or it was like one after that.
It was after that. It was not.
It was like
not
the very one after that, or the one
It
after
was
that.
not like a classic episode, but it wasn't a bad episode.
Mm.
There aren't bad episodes, but it wasn't like It wasn't a memorable episode.
All right, think about it for a second. Let me read
Dollar
this.
Shave Club?
Yeah.
No,
I don't have
we
my
already covered
phone,
that.
so I can't.
Dollar
Victory
Shave Club.
beer?
Yeah. Victory beer? Oh, that's what that is.
Brian, look at this
Do you have
Diet
another
Coke.
guess?
and said
Here we go.
Victory
We announced
beer.
at the beginning of the podcast. Do you remember the other? Sorry, don't worry about
Do you
it.
remember the other what?
Summer has
Audible?
officially arrived. Not audible. And that means you're too busy firing up the grill and sunning and meeting Rob McElroy?
McElhaney.
McElhaney?
McElhaney.
You did say
McElhaney.
you're worried about how to pronounce his last name.
His
so
name's tough.
Well, it's like, how much do you
McKinley,
inflict the
McElhaney,
It's like
McElhaney,
McElhaney or McElhaney.
McElhaney, it's tough.
The problem was you needed to look fresh.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You're absolutely
So
right.
is it
Ryan.
douche
You're
club gets
absolutely
it.
right.
Trunk Club gets
Oh.
it. It turned Gussin from schlub into sex beast that he is now.
He dresses like a fucking champ now. Have you
Trunk
seen Gus?
Club. That's why they've taken the hassle out of shopping.
He looks more human than he used to.
It's true.
Yeah,
I
that's a
gotta
compliment.
It's Esther and Trunk Club.
That's an
Gus-
endorsement.
Gus, to me, for the last 17 or 18 years we've been friends, has always looked like if you took a stick of butter
Right?
and you stood it up next to a stove
Uh-huh.
and you turned the stove on and it sort of melted down, like that's Gus's figure to me. It's like a melting stick of butter.
But
he looks like a normal human
He's
being.
covered that with the fancy clothing.
You know
He
why?
does.
Yeah, it's because Trunk clothes fit perfectly and they make you look like $1,000,000.
Yeah. Or just like a decent human being.
Or a
like I'm
decent
pretty
human
sure
being.
Gus's nipples are somewhere around here.
It's like a dog.
They've melted down. But if he puts on a button-up shirt from Trunk Club and he looks like an okay dude.
He does.
Yeah.
He looks like a stellar dude.
I wouldn't
Hey,
bang
stellar.
him. or
And
anything,
if
but,
you want to
like,
look like a stellar dude,
I do.
yeah, at trunkclub.com/thepatch, you answer simple questions about your style, preferences, and size, and then are assigned an expert stylist. Doesn't come with Esther. Sorry, you have to get your own Esther.
an Esther stylist?
Well, that's half of the Gus looks like a
That
normal
lady
human.
likes small stuff.
We can go into that later. You
She
pick
likes
what you like,
miniatures.
and just that, and then a trunk full of hand-picked clothes arrives at your door. You only pay for the clothes you keep, no ongoing subscription, no hidden charges, just great clothes. Right now, their service is completely free. Get started at trunkclub.com/thepatch. That's trunkclub.com/thepatch. Start summer off right with Trunk Club. One more time, trunkclub.com/thepatch.
I'm doing it. I'm going to do that today.
You gonna do it
Do you think-
today?
I'm going to do it today and get my clothes and see how snazzy I look next
Can
time.
you
I was
have
about
a-
to say, do
Well,
you think
it
if
might,
two,
it might not get it by next week, so maybe the
if
week
two
after. We'll see.
normal human beings, two non
Right,
melted butter
non-Gusses,
human
right.
beings were to wear those clothes,
do
we
some
would
Trunk
look like
Club.
Brad Pitt and
I'll
George
do it.
Clooney.
If I can look like Brad
Wow.
Pitt, I'll do it.
It's
Dude,
possible.
my wife might not leave me.
She's at Comic-Con. There's
I said
a lot of
m-
famous people there.
Hey guys, we actually had a question.
I said
What's the
might
question?
not.
Are we gonna do any new shows on the new channel?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, also, Achievement Hunter podcast, right?
I don't know.
Any day now.
I'll do it.
Matt's been yelling about that.
I'll do it.
About at
I'll
me
host it.
Literally
all the time.
yelling.
I'll
yeah.
be in charge of it. Just give it to me.
Matt Bragg, not
Give it
Matt
to me.
Holm.
Yeah.
Yeah, Matt Bragg has been screaming
Matt
since he
Holm's
got
not
here.
in Texas long enough.
Matt
to
Holm,
tell me anything.
can I tell you something? Like secrets revealed.
Sure.
I have never met Matt Holm yet.
I haven't seen him
Once.
in
Not once.
Period. Like since I've worked here, I haven't met the guy. He directed Laser Team. Never saw him.
Did you do it from a truck?
I
like
don't know.
in the parking lot?
It's like Robert
I don't know.
Rodriguez style.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So they
It's like
piped it-
George Lucas style. They piped. There's a pipeline. There's a camera overhead. He was.
So
Is that
I
how
have
George Lucas did
I
it?
have some
Drinking a
ideas
coffee.
for the new Achievement Hunter channel that I want to run by Matt Hullum, not Bragg. I don't give a
Right.
shit about Magger. But This is Magabic, which is what we call him.
Brat
Right,
works
yeah,
actually.
yeah,
They
sure.
could just-
And he hasn't been in Texas long enough to talk to him about it.
That'll happen, right?
How about email?
Every time.
You know last time I saw him?
Yeah.
I was on family vacation in Hawaii.
Right.
And I found out he was on family vacation in Hawaii. We were less than a mile apart.
Here's what you need
and
to
so we
do.
met for dinner.
Every time you need to have a meeting with him, just go on vacation.
Just go to Hawaii.
You had to leave the state to find him.
to go to another state.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A mistake I keep
But
making.
literally, I was like, "Are you in Hawaii?" And he's like, "Yeah." Are you? And I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Where are you at?" And I was like, "I'm here in this neighborhood." And he's like, "Oh, I'm also in this neighborhood." And it's like, "I can see your house. I can see your house. Let's get pizza."
Was it awkward? Like, oh.
No, it was nice.
Here you are.
It was nice. It was
Did
equidistant between.
you
our
get a
places.
Hawaiian pizza?
I know. Did it have pineapples?
I think
And ham?
I think
And
they got,
pig,
I think
yeah.
they got a Hawaiian pizza. I got pasta.
Lindsay's favorite pizza
They got
is
pizza.
Hawaiian.
Griffin too.
Yeah, she likes it a lot.
You throw a
It's-
Hawaiian pizza with some jalapeno on it, Griffin will fucking suck it up.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
Should roll it up and just
I won't say anything else. Just
there you go.
sure.
Video games.
Yeah, we
Hey,
definitely covered that
hey,
today. Thank
fire-
God there was no news.
Fireman's 4. Let
Did
me just
a,
tell you, it's delicious. It's been getting
Dude,
me
you spilled
drunk.
your half shot.
It's been getting me. It was
Did you
like
not drink your shot?
no, it was like a 1/10.
That's a backwash, yeah.
If
I don't know.
I mean, you can't compare you to me. A normal person to me, sure. You to me, come on. That's not equal.
Is Drizzly like the trunk club of alcohol?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Dude,
I drizzly last night.
Let me tell you, like I'm already
They
a
didn't pay for
little.
that sponsorship, so
I'm a
don't talk
little
about
like Lindsay's in San Diego Comic-Con, or she's at San Diego Comic-Con for the next 5 days.
I have
or
not
so.
been there in
But
6
you got
years.
an Andy. That's about the same, right?
I got an Andy, but here's the thing: like she's left her car here. I'm probably not gonna drive it home because it's not really my thing.
Sure. I
Don't
understand.
Driving,
really
yeah.
do it. And now especially, and I thought about it because I almost been like, I'll just drive it home. I'm fucking wasted today.
Are you?
Well, I was on the RT podcast.
Yes.
And then we did the Let's Play with Colton.
Colton Dunn.
And I got drunk during that.
Yeah, you
and
did.
then we're doing this, and now I'm drinking. So I really probably shouldn't drink home, especially drink and drive home, especially because I'm saying
No,
things
you're
like,
right. No,
Don't
don't
drink
yeah,
home.
Don't drink home.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're good.
So it's like Andrew and I are going to be at my apartment, just hunkered down for 5 days.
Hunkered
I'm
doing
gonna
nothing but getting drunk
Jesus
and
Christ!
playing
I can
video
only
games.
imagine the smell
Yeah,
that Lindsay
it's-
will be faced with
well,
when she comes
you know,
back
I'll
home.
make sure
I
he
can only imagine the
showers.
yellowing walls.
Oh,
Listen, there's a very clear policy in our apartment.
No rubbing,
Yeah.
no rubbing your dick on a wall.
what
No.
do you care? You're not going to be in that
No.
What
apartment
if he
much
did
longer.
it for achievements?
You raise a good point.
Yeah.
At this point, rub away. I don't care.
Yeah,
Don't
it's
do it at my
abandoned
house.
ship.
Here's the problem with Andrew, though. He's here for 6 weeks. 3 is in the apartment, and then 3 is in the house
Oh,
that we're buying.
Don't wanna get him in the habit.
You don't want to
theoretically
set a
should be moving
precedent
into.
where he's
let's
like used to rubbing his dick on stuff.
let's
and then-
not get out of hand here.
Yeah.
You know, fucking jerk your gurk, tickle your pickle all you want. Just don't throw it on my walls.
Why
That's
would
all.
you jizz on a wall?
He doesn't. He jizzes and then touches the wall. We keep talking about
It's
this
not better.
because it's like
Where does he
I'm
jizz?
done, but then like now I want it to feel good. Wall.
I don't want anything to touch my penis after
It's
I
kind of
jizz.
like let me.
I've never
I'm
heard
assuming,
of it like a drywall
I want to say, like,
fantasy.
leave it alone.
It's kind of like.
Has he ever tried untreated drywall?
Oh my God, we won the game. This is amazing. I'm so happy. Awesome. That's the jizzing. But
I'm
then,
going to Disney World.
But, right? Like, I'm jizzing. We won. I'm jizzing. And then, like, oh, that was awesome. What Gatorade? And someone pours the Gatorade on you. That's the wall, the Gatorade. Like the after the fact. You know, that's the best way. I've never done it. I don't know, but this is the best way I can guess to describe it.
Does
to
it have
you.
to have the spray texture, or does he just go for like flat latex painted wall?
I don't know if he has a preference
most
on wall.
walls have at least like an eggshell
texture,
texture to them.
yeah.
Let me ask you a question.
Eggshell's pretty good.
That's a color,
Have
not
you
texture.
ever?
but
Have
all
you
right.
ever?
Eggshell?
No, it's a.
No, eggshell's
it's
a
sheen.
texture,
It's
for
a
sure.
texture.
For sure.
No,
It's
but
like-
they got that little like leveled thing.
There's like flat eggshell, and
No,
then there's like
eggshell's totally a
semi-gloss and
texture.
gloss.
I'm backing you up on this, Jeff.
Thanks, bud.
All right, that's a paint texture. Okay, I got it.
Have you ever been curious?
About
Like
wiping
maybe
it?
there's something there that I'm just not
No,
seeing.
you know, and it's funny enough. Literally, my entire life, never till just this moment, have I been like, maybe I should try it. And now you've planted.
made
the
him
seed.
question.
Yeah, so maybe last day in my apartment before I move out, maybe just see what it's about. See what the kids are talking about. There's a word for it. I don't know what it is, but there's a word for it.
It's called disgusting.
It's
yeah.
a thing. Like
Yeah.
you Google it, it's a thing. Like Wikipedia and Urban Dictionary have found a word for it, like splattering or like
think that-
scoogling.
I think
or
that word
something.
is prosecutable.
It might be,
Probably
but it's
actionable.
out there.
Yeah,
That's all.
actionable,
That's all.
yeah.
That's all I'm getting at. Is
Deposition.
The word? The
Yeah.
word is out there.
All right.
Listen. Now also to Andrew, just like to throw that there. I own a gun.
And you will defend your walls.
I mean, I own a gun,
you also own a taser.
and I live in Texas.
Look,
So
We're close to having to play Magic the Gathering.
we are
no,
really
we're
close.
definitely gonna play Magic.
I think that's going to happen.
I hope I'm gonna get tased.
That's
So
500,000. Yeah, we got things.
maybe we should throw that out
subscriber
there right
levels.
now.
Yeah.
You know, if doubling back to the Achievement Hunter channel, got a little incentive program going on here. If you
Let's check our
subscribe by August 6th, we're throwing out these incentives. If you subscribe by August 6th at 500,000 subscribers, we will do a live action Magic the Gathering Let's Play.
I don't even know if we threw out that it was live action, but it will
No,
be.
I
live
did.
action.
No, I
Okay.
definitely mentioned it.
Yeah.
It'll be live action, not the video game. At 750,000, I'm gonna get tased, and I should specify people are getting a little bent out of shape about it
Yeah.
with a stun gun. It's
Your
not a
own
taser.
stun gun.
Definitively speaking, a taser is one that fires, like from police. Police are the only one that have tasers where they shoot it from the gun.
Like they prong into you.
Yes, a handheld. My nose
Those are not
bumped the
good.
mic. My handheld is actually called a stun gun. I apologize. I will be stunned at 750,000 subscribers. And just to know, just to throw it out there if you're curious, stun guns in general, they range from 80,000 to 1.5 million volts.
Oh, fuck.
That's a lot of volts.
I don't know how many volts, and this is the
It's
thing.
the amperage. It's mainly.
It's the amperage
it's
is the thing that
dangerous.
matters.
Yeah.
Amperage will kill your ass.
Yeah.
Volts won't. Volts will go. Volts make a difference from ow to I'm not moving for a minute, but you will be alive.
noise, yeah.
Amperage, you'll die.
Then your heart goes. "Ah."
I don't know. People reference the Joel how-to video where he went around tasing people.
he tased
You remember
Matt
he
Bragg.
tased
He
Matt
did.
Bragg?
Yeah.
But the thing is here, again, 80,000 to 1.5 million. The one I have certainly is not the Joel Matt Bragg tase. I don't know what that is, but I would guess it's somewhere between the 80,000 and 200,000 region. The taser that I own, 800,000 volts.
It sounds mean.
Eight-
So it's
100,000 volts.
mean.
It was-
It's
we did that
so
video.
mean.
We did that
I
announcement
so
video.
want to get hit with it.
I couldn't get away from it fast enough.
Yeah.
Like I physically recoiled in the video.
So as far as like general public
You had some kind of
goes,
Pain Station flashback.
I did,
think.
yeah.
from what I understand, as far as general public goes, it's about 50% of maximum capacity.
It's like a nuclear bomb.
Like
Yeah.
anything over that, you're talking like law enforcement or some sort of security or something like that. Like the general public couldn't get it. Bought it at a gun store, just so you know. Maybe like it's a little bit
You
more
bought a
kick.
pink taser at a gun store.
Well, I bought it while we were buying a gun.
Okay.
It's like to buy a gun.
How
There's
much
some.
a stun gun cost?
That one was cheap. It was like $50. It wasn't
What,
bad
you
at all.
thinking you need
It was
one?
like we got the gun, and he was doing the background check
be a
for the gun.
motivational tool
Which,
for it.
like, to be fair,
you want to put it in
Texas,
Gavin's chair and then sit on it?
Texas is pretty fair. They did a background check. Like we walked in, got a gun, but it took like 30 minutes in
Yeah.
order to get it.
A whole 30 minutes.
During those 30
Your
minutes,
target could have gotten away.
right. During those 30 minutes, we browsed, selected, and purchased the taser or
So your
stun
gang
gun.
got
Stun
hot.
gun.
And then we got totally hot. And then we got the gun.
Have you picked a body part?
No, I
No?
figured like not.
Do you want it to be a surprise? Do you
Not
just want it
like
to come in at
I'm
you?
fine with that as long as
Yeah.
it's not like my face or
Dick.
my dick. You
Yeah.
know,
Dick.
other than that, like it could be ass or arm or back or anything.
I think
Just not-
shoulder seems like a good
shoulder's
place to
fine.
do it,
Shoulder's a good one.
Not penis or face.
Yeah.
And I'm fine beyond that.
Or neck.
That
really,
should be
neck
the
region.
title of your
Anything.
autobiography. Michael Jones, not penis or face.
Yeah.
Well, we are at 444,000 right now.
I kind of want to make Michael Jones penis or face, like not
yeah.
like cut not
Like
Just
a
be
like penis? Or
Michael
face?
Jones, Michael Vincent Jones biography, penis or face. That's it.
I could see that.
Yeah. But go ahead and subscribe to youtube.com/achievementhunter.
What's
so you
No
can
S.
see
What's
me
after
get
your
Hunter.
tased.
What's after
Yeah.
your tasing? $1 million is what?
Millions of live stream.
A million's a
D&D.
live
24-hour live stream.
24-hour Achievement Hunter live
Not
stream.
all of it D&D.
That's 24 hours, motherfuckers.
Of basically
That's
this.
like the 5 of us plus, like add-on Achievement Hunter schlubs like Lindsay
Jack.
and Matt and
Gavin.
Jack and Gavin and whoever. But during those 24 hours, we will also do a D&D live session, like playing Dungeons and Dragons live. Probably we'd have to invest at least 4
You
or
got
5
at least,
hours.
yeah.
into
Probably
it.
3 hours.
There's no short
Probably
game of that.
3-4 hours. So
Unless we die immediately.
like whatever
No.
that equals out to, 8% of the stream or something like that. It's a good chunk
Who's
of
the
it.
who's the DM? You said you had an idea. For
We had
it.
a
have
friend.
friend.
Yeah,
There was
okay.
a lot of suggestions I
Yeah.
saw for the DM, but we would go outside. We'd
Yeah.
do an outside hire
Well,
for
it'd
the
be,
DM.
it'd be our friend Frank, who has been in stuff before. He was in that first immersion with Monty. They were the
right.
Asians
Yeah. But also, like, totally aside from that, huge, like professional DM.
Yes.
Like that's the
Professional?
reason. That's the reason
Yeah.
you would get
No,
him. Like,
Like he hires
he's-
out on
He has
Craigslist,
also
or-
Yeah.
been in those shorts.
but that's not why he was.
But that's not why he was selected.
By trade.
He's been
a DM.
selected because he's the go-to DM guy.
Yes.
Where
and
he
he's
would
very good at it.
he would fucking send us on a quest like you would not believe. But if you want to believe it, subscribe to youtube.com/achievementhunter or else you won't see it.
But that's a million. So that's a ways
millions,
off.
If you
million
don't-
subscribers by August 6th, we will do a 24-hour live stream, including several hours of D&D.
Yes.
And I'm totally committed to play the character. Like, I'll do the accent, I'll dress up, I'll do
Are we going to do
everything.
accents?
Well, I mean, like, if I'm a rogue, I'll do
Depends
a
on what
roguish
it is.
accent.
What's a roguish
If I'll
accent?
do a wizard, I'll do a wizardly accent.
A wizardly
I feel like
accent.
they're all just vaguely British.
Yeah,
If I
pretty
was a
much.
wizard. Right?
That's a wizard with a lisp.
Wizards sound like that.
Do
You know,
they?
you know they do.
They must not be a very good.
God, didn't they make?
You
I
said-
want to say it was
Wait, you
probably
mean a wizard or a lizard?
It was probably like early 2000s. I'm gonna guess circa 2013 or 2003.
Excellent use of circa. Yeah.
Didn't they make a D&D movie? And it
Yeah,
was
sure did, with
just
Jeremy
not
Renner in it.
good. Yeah,
It
Jeremy.
had
Renner?
it had one of the
Was
worst
it?
Jeremy
Wayans. in it. It had
Irons.
Marlon
Jeremy
Wayans.
Irons was also
I
in it.
think you're talking about Jeremy Irons. Was
Irons
both
was in
Jeremy
it.
Irons and Jeremy Renner in
I
it?
think it might
Marlon
have
Wayans.
Marlon Wayans was in it?
Yes.
He was in it. Yeah, he was.
I'm pretty sure I started watching that movie at home and didn't finish it. That's how good it was.
Dragons? There we
Jeremy
go.
Irons was almost certainly in it. If Jeremy
gone to
Renner was in
IMDb.
it, that's
Damn it.
crazy. It's one of those things where you see a big celebrity now, and then you see things that he was in
Yeah.
20 years ago, and you go, "What? He was
He must
in that?
regret that.
Damn."
Also, that's a great Nicki Minaj song. Dungeons and Dragons.
Justin Whalen?
Dungeons and Dragons.
She made a song called Dungeons and Dragons.
Jeremy
Is it about her
Irons.
asshole?
Bruce Payne. Blah, 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 blah. No, maybe. Looks I'm wrong.
You're probably
Marlon
thinking of
Wayans.
Irons.
Well, I know Jeremy Irons was in it. I thought he was the principal guy, but no, that was Justin Whalen, who is that guy who I guess made a career off looking kind of sort of like Will Wheaton.
Little
Really?
bit.
It
Looks
wasn't
little
a
bit-
good career.
Looks a little bit like Will Wheaton.
Yeah.
What he needs to do is Justin Whalen. He needs to play more tabletop games.
He does.
That's what he needs to do. That'll take him off.
Last time he was active is 2009. So
Was he alive
Wow,
still?
that was 6 years ago.
Off the Ledge was his last movie. So maybe not.
I don't recognize that. What
yeah,
is it?
no. Fun fact though,
Drill down.
Off the Ledge
Shut
was a documentary. He killed himself.
Dead.
Jumped off a cliff.
Actually,
Yeah.
walked away from it. He was fine.
Oh, was he in Blood of Beasts?
He was, and Dorm Days 2, which is not a porn,
Was he in?
and that's why no one watches.
Was
it.
he in
know?
Pearl Harbor also?
He was in Pearl Harbor.
Pearl Harbor. Yeah.
Pearl Harbor.
All right. Well, hey, thanks for joining us for the patch.
Time's run out. We did it.
You get on the
Yeah,
Achievement
we
Hunter
did it,
channel.
Jeff.
This is about what you'd get.
Not
Hey,
more or less.
hey, tune in for the Achievement Hunter podcast coming soon on the Achievement Hunter YouTube channel.
I wish you wouldn't say that because that's not a thing yet.
I'll be hosting it.
You just spilled
You just
beer
spilled
on
beer
yourself.
on yourself.
Guess what I'll be doing during the Achievement Hunter podcast?
There's no achievement.
But
if you
there-
say it, we're gonna have to make it.
But there might
Yvonne
be.
and Matt'll be
You
like,
just
watch the
sold
video.
it. You just spent an hour selling it, is what you did.
No, I spent an hour selling the
No,
Achievement
you
Hunter
didn't.
channel.
No, yeah, you did. Bye.
Shout out to the Jeff and Griffin podcast that we're gonna start.
There you go.
See that? Marriage.